In this video, I will review the article, Elementary School-Wide Implementation of a Blended Learning Program for Reading Intervention. This article looks at the implementation of blended learning, particularly in literacy instruction across grades K through 5. It points out the fact that there has been a lack of student growth nationally in the area of language arts over recent years. Blended learning is one way to provide a change in instruction that can help boost these skills. Studies have shown that blended learning in language arts can lead to student growth in the areas of phonological awareness, word attack knowledge, word identification skills, and word naming fluency. A section of the article explains what blended learning is and how it can support students and teachers. According to the authors, blended learning incorporates face-to-face, teacher-led instruction along with digital technology using actionable data to provide students with a personalized educational path. With blended learning, students have some degree of control over the content, pace, time, and location of their learning. It provides examples of how it is used in the classroom and the benefits it provides. This includes teachers being able to differentiate instruction to target specific needs of students and extra support for diverse populations. This section of the article is very informative as it clearly defines what blended learning looks like and why it is beneficial. The population of EL students in our schools is growing, and many schools are seeing effects of this change. By providing teachers with ways to target specific needs, using blended learning can help close the gap between EL students and those who are not. It also helps to provide individualized instruction and practice for those who need it in certain areas. This perspective was very relevant to me, as the school I teach in has a high population of EL students. It makes a lot of sense how online and digital tools can help tailor instruction and practice to the specific needs of those individuals. The EL teachers in my building use an app called Imagine Learning, especially with students who have the highest language needs. This helps them gain language skills as well as skills in specific subject areas. This is a very valuable tool because as teachers who are primarily English speaking, it is sometimes difficult for us to provide meaningful instruction to students who are not. The app allows opportunities for students to learn without the need for a translator and gives those students practice in what they specifically need. It is also something that these students use in the regular education classroom as independent work to help strengthen these skills. This is particularly beneficial in kindergarten when students are first learning the language. They may not be ready to move on to some higher level skills until they have acquired the basics in English speaking. The use of blended learning allows teachers to differentiate in a more meaningful way. In the study that this article focuses on, teachers in grades kindergarten through 5th participated in incorporating blended learning with literacy instruction. Classes use the daily 5 structure, which employs 5 different stations for students to rotate between. One of these stations is independent work, which provides time for students to use these digital resources. In this study, students used Core 5, a program which provides activities and instruction in literacy skills. It assesses students as they complete activities and adjusts to meet the needs of the student. With the use of blended learning, students in all grades, especially kindergarten through 2nd, showed growth in literacy skills during this study. I'm not personally familiar with Core 5, however, our school uses IXL, which is similar to the way Core 5 is described in this article. With IXL, students complete activities that align with the kindergarten standards in math and language arts. If a student answers a question incorrectly, the program shows or teaches them the correct answer. IXL sends a report to the student's teacher and breaks down the data on the student's strengths and weaknesses based on their performance. Teachers can assign students certain skills if they know it is an area of student weakness, allowing for differentiation. Teachers can also assign the student activities for higher or lower grade level standards as needed. Currently, I use this app occasionally during our intervention time. However, after reading this article, I realized it could provide great support for my reading instruction. Similarly to the model in the article study, I use a 3-group rotation during reading. 2 groups work with the teacher and para, and the 3rd does independent work, which could mean time on IXL. This article helped me see that IXL would be a great addition to my reading instruction and is encouraging due to the positive results of the study. This is something I will begin to use. Overall, this study proves how the blended learning approach to instruction is beneficial for all students, especially in the area of language arts. To me, this comes as no surprise. As students are spending more and more time at home using technology for entertainment, it is creating barriers in classrooms with traditional instructional approaches. These students have a difficult time sitting in class and listening to a teacher instruct. Their brains have gotten used to having constant interaction with video games, tablets, watching TV, etc. Rather than fighting against those barriers, we can break them by taking advantage of children's proficiency in technology and incorporating learning into what they already know and enjoy doing.